Hello, it has been a while, and I am here to do a brief little update on what I've got on my account since my last video. I'm not sure exactly what's changed, and some of you may have not seen any of my other videos, so I'm going to just do a brief overview of my entire account. As far as skills go, I am only missing agility, mining, smithing, herb lore, fishing, thieving, prayer, and rune crafting. I have no immediate plans of maxing, but that could easily change. The threshold skills, the skills that are kind of the make or break for me maxing, are prayer, agility, and mining and smithing kind of, but they're not the worst. But agility and prayer are definitely the two biggest ones because herb lore will come, naturally. Same with rune crafting because we do have a sanguinesti staff. The gear that I have on me, as well as what is in my looting bag, is everything on my account besides stash units, which is, what makes up the majority of my useful items. We snagged ourselves an infernal cape recently. It's pretty nice. We've got the Bofa for the range switch. What? My switch just didn't go off there, that's fine. And I've got the ranging cape with the blowpipe for, when that is necessary. For Mage, we only have Ancestral Top from Chambers so far. I have an Aram's robe skirt in the Barrow stash along with the rest of the set, but I don't usually find it worth it to take out. However, I do have some bag space right now, so I might fuck around and do that. As far as herbs, I've got some of the makings of super combats, have the rest in seed form in my seed box, some dragon bones, which I need to use soon, 2/3 of a godsword blade, a trident, which I keep for rainy days when I don't want to use blood runes on like a slayer task or something, a lance for chambers, a crossbow of the armadillion variety for next, and an abyssal bludgeon, which I might drop soon because the only place I was going to use that was like KQ and Fasani, but Fang is better at Fasani unless you have full Inquisitor with bludgeon. So Caliphate Queen, we don't necessarily need to go back there anytime soon because we got the pet a couple days ago. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep the bludgeon. Probably a drop item here, but Ring of Suffering for Zulrah and maybe like Inferno tasks. Actually, that's not true. I pulled myself a merry little light bearer, and that is definitely going to be my go-to for Inferno tasks. Blowpipe specking for DPS and healing seems really good, especially the DPS. Like on that melee, just throw the specs, clear them out. Maybe on the ranger, make chance a blob to clear it out to solve a wave a little bit faster. Yeah, light bear is going to be great for that. So Ring of Suffering may be on the bench as well. Some Zoro scales, the rest are in my blowpipe and my SERP. I believe I have around like 60,000, 50,000, somewhere around there. My Dragon Fire Shield. It is a fancy item for me. I don't really do much with it. Basilisk Jaw, that and the SERP are getting dropped if I get Torva Helmet from Nex, but I kind of keep both. I like the Jaw for Chambers. Makes it so I have to do less unequips. But for anything that I'm not death banked in, we're using the Magma Mutagen because I don't have that kind of space in my inventory where I would like to be keeping two. So this is kind of a silly item for me to keep, and arguably so is the Nezi. I should get rid of the Mutagen. Should probably get rid of one or the other, but not too worried about it for now. Dragon Warhammer, naturally, 16,000 kills by the way for that bad boy. And we've got the Pegasian boots, which are objectively bad on a UIM specifically. They're really, really not worth the space they take up. I rarely use them, but I like them, so we are going to hold on to them for the time being. I have rumored that these might get eventually swapped out for a pair of Devout boots if I get back to medium clues, but there's no immediate plans of that. Potion stacks are looking pretty healthy except for brews, which we can show off the seed box. 44 Torstals, 428 Toad Flax, 64 Quorms, 196 Renars, and 345 Irrit. So this is going to be hella brews. I'm going to do a bit of a, giant mole grind coming up here. I want the pet, so we'll probably just be going until I either finish all of the secondaries for the toad flax seeds that I have, or until I get mole pet, I might stop a little bit early, because there are some gear upgrades for mole that I could get. So like max efficiency wise, I could probably reach some of those upgrades with the amount of brews I have by the time I get pet. So I'll probably, you know, hold out for that. Right now, my main goals are raiding. The main item on my to-do list is the Avernic Defender Hilt. I got myself a little spooned Gwenesti staff at like 30 something kill count. And I would like to get back to Tob. Really have no complaints on Sang first. Honestly, part of me didn't want to ever go back for Avernic. I was like, oh, I can just use DFS. I definitely cannot just use DFS. We need the accuracy. With the Fang, that extra accuracy gets doubled as well for the double accuracy roll chance. You know, makes this even bigger of an upgrade for me now that I have Fang. So luckily Fang is good at Tob, so this should not be too hard to grind out. As far as chambers, we are looking for Ancestral Pants and T-Bow. That is it. I will keep a Buckler, potentially, try out some Inferno with it. Ancestral Hat, I'll probably chuck right in the storage unit or keep it as an unequip for the Magma Helm if I want to do more chambers. But Ancestral Robe bottoms, and then the full set, obviously, and Twisted Bow are in order at some point. Maybe not the Twisted Bow, but I do want some pants. I'm kind of waiting to get a couple more purples. Once I get a little bit closer to the drop rate for Omelet, I might start sending more CMs. I have done some of these solo. I think 3 or 4 of them were solo and made time. The rest were duos and trios. So I really would like to get into CMs. I like how they feel. They flow very nicely, but I would like more purples on my account. So I have more like, I guess it's not direct progress because, you know, you either get the drop or you don't. But I would like more progress towards Omelet. Before I get the dust, because I don't want to be a UIM that's just chambers locked because I've got dust in my Death Banker inventory at all times. Because I would keep that. This is one of my favorite pets. If I get dust, I'm grinding Omelet. And I don't particularly want to do that. So until then, CMs will be here and there on the down low. If I get another piece of Ancestral, I will also be more inclined, because then it is extremely unlikely that I will get more than 2 Ancestral kits before I get another piece of Ancestral, because even if I get a dupe, if I have the ornament kits, I can throw the ornament kit on the dupe piece of Ancestral, put it in the player own house, and then it won't affect, you know, my regular day-to-day gameplay very much, but it will mean that later on down the road, when I finish Ancestral, I'll have finished Ancestral, and then I can, you know, get the kits and dump the kits in there, and then we can, you know, we can have full kitted Ancestral in theory. But I really want these pants. That's really all I care about. From TOA, I have Fang and a Ring. The thing I want the most right now is the Jewel of the Sun and Staff. Elidness Ward, great for Chambers of Xeric. Very excited for that. If I ever get it, it'll be very nice. I believe it's 1 max hit for me. Maybe 2 if I get another piece of Ancestral. Or maybe I think it's 2 if I bring my MA2 cape, which I'm not bringing currently. So that's pretty juicy. As well as Missouri, which is kind of a moot point until I get a Twisted Billington. But once I get the Twisted Bow, then that should be, you know, this will be in order. We will be grinding this out if I want progress at that point. All of the like flow charts, I guess, of PVM that I have here are assuming that PVM is what I want to do, and I'm not, you know, distracted by a specific pet or maxing or, you know, a specific piece of content. They're just kind of like idealistic. This is how I would progress through my gear at this point in the game. I already have just about everything I need to do everything in the game. There are no items that I need to do anything. We have plenty of gear for plenty of gaming. But that being said, the other thing that is on my list to do right now is Nex, if I can find it. We so far have nothing. I have seen quite a few drops. I actually saw Torva plate legs with in a trio the other day. Of course, they went to the normal account, the non-iron. You know, that's fine. Good for them. It was a random in a clan chat, just like a Nex free for all clan chat. So no split or anything. But I will be looking. Torva plate legs are the item that I want the most. Nihilhorn also very high up there. Zerite Vambrace is up there as well. Ancient Hilt I would use just because I don't have any other Godsword hilts. But I really, really want Torva legs. Torva chestplate would be good. Torva helm would be kind of a scary drop. Because I have to get rid of Magma Mutagen and Basilisk Jaw according to the plans that I have figured out, but that is how we're going to do it. As far as pets go, we currently have 6. I don't have the Calphite Queen pet in there, but if I throw him in there, you can see that it stacks up nicely. We have these 6 and then a Hellcat. Some people don't count Chompy Chick, but I mean, it is counted as a pet. Kind of a +1 for everyone that has 93 Slayer. My personal favorite pet that I had until I got Chaos Elemental and then Calphite Queen. So, you know, the pets that we're getting just keep on getting better. So maybe we can snag a little omelet soon. But yeah, I believe that is most of the things on my account. Can do a little house tour. We do have ourselves the Volcanic Garden theme, which actually does have a use. Not a very big one unless you have a max cape or carry a cooking cape around, but you can use the sulfur vent to cook your food. So you can, with a max cape, you could, you know, use the crafting cape teleport, unnote some raw sharks that you got from minnows, and then house teleport with it, which would already be on. So then you'd have the cooking cape bonus, run through here, cook a couple of guys, hit pool, you know, be on your way. Kind of nice, but I don't really think it's worth it. I do burn quite a few, so I usually just carry a myth cape if I'm going to be cooking sharks on the fly. But later down the road, that will be good. I did not buy it for that function. I decided that I wanted to dump 30 mil into Onyxes for fun. In fact, there was no strategic play. I just wanted to look cool. You know, with the Twisted League house kit, there's no green that shows through right here. So when I got the house kit and saw that, I was like, you know, it's time to dump 30 mil worth of chaos runes into this. So we also have the volcanic theme for the pet house. We got, you know, a little bit of a portal nexus. I still keep 2 regular portal rooms though, for Yanil to get to Nightmare Zone Coffer and to buy runes, Lumbridge to buy items back from Purdue and, you know, for general Lumbridge accessibility. Then I've got the Camelot portal with the Sears right click. And then if we go over here, we've got ourselves a Weiss portal for farm runs, Troll Stronghold portal for farm runs and God Wars, and then Grand Exchange for potions. Like the decanter guy, if I have like some potions, say I'm at Calphite Queen, I get a super restore. I don't use super restores while killing Calphite Queen, so I might run to the Grand Exchange and turn it into my noted super restore stack. You know, just smuggle a couple extra out. So I like those 2, not in the portal nexus, because I do just like to be able to left click these. We've got ourselves a little bedroom with everything maxed out. I think I spent 7 mil on this. Not too sure why. I was feeling it at the time. I'm down to like 9 mil cash now, so maybe regretting this a little bit, but you know, we've got ourselves a little kitchen. I don't have the gold sink. It's tempting though if I get that much cash again. You know, got ourselves a little tinkering station here. The wardrobe room, the costume room. This is a big one. Got all sorts of goodies in here. Might get into them later, but I'll look at the fun ones are in the magic wardrobe here. Got the bounty hunter hat. We've got the mystic robe with the shadow relic, 2 out of 5 dusk mystic. We've got ourselves a trouble brewing outfit, which is actually quite obnoxious. You have to re-death bank between every single round of trouble brewing, because you can't bring the currency, the pieces of 8. It doesn't let you bring them into the mini game, so you have to basically re-suicide and re-bag at a death bank, pay the fee if you have a fee, and so on. It's a hefty grind. I don't pull it out much, but occasionally for like costume raids, I'll bring this as like my mage switch. So I'll wear like this, or I'll like put the hat away and bring like the bounty hunter hat. Oh yeah, I'll pull up to costume chambers like this, but I don't have many people that I do costume chambers with these days, so yeah, not a huge use factor. But yeah, we've got some decent stuff on the account. Yeah, I think that's about it as far as this goes. We've got all the diaries completed. I'm missing the new Goblin quest that came out. We've got some combat achievements. I want to work on these, but the wilderness ones are a little bit cringe right now. I'm hoping those get either removed or made a little bit easier with the wilderness revamp. Hopefully not harder, but if I procrastinate that and then have to go out of my way to get extra shit done, you know, that's kind of on me. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's too much that is notable on the account. Yeah, that should be good. I will be streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/quack_z. I'll put a link in the description. Drop a follow over there. I'm at UIMQ_Z on Twitter if you want to follow screenshots, if you want to see my drops and my account progress. All of it goes straight to Twitter first before anywhere else, so that is the best place to be notified. And I do post some what I would like to think are funny jokes and pictures on there occasionally, so drop a follow. And I hope to see you guys around.